Tell everyone what's cooking good looking.
And what's cooking
Cooking in the kitchen today. What are we gonna make?
Pecan buns.
Pecan buns. So let's get baking. Come along with us and let's make a yummy treat on this wintry day. Starting off in our mixing bowl, we're going to add 1.5 cups flour, a half a cup of sugar, 2 packages of the active dry yeast, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Set it aside. Now in a medium saucepan, you're going to add 1 stick of butter, a half a cup of water, and 3/4 cup of milk, and we're going to heat that up so we can melt it down. In a separate bowl, we're adding 1 egg, and we're going to beat that up. Now I'm going to add the liquid mix into the dry ingredients. Once that is smooth and mixed in, I'm going to also add in the egg. Once you have that all combined, I'm going to stop my mixer and switch over to the kneading hook. Once I have that on and start mixing it up, I'm going to add an additional 3 cups of the all-purpose flour. Once I have that all added in, I'm going to let that knead for about 6 to 8 minutes. Once that's all kneaded out, I'm going to take the dough and place it into a lightly greased bread bowl here. I will then take melted butter and just kind of brush that over top. I'll cover it with a towel, and then I'm going to place it in the oven, which is not on. It's just for climate control, covered, and let that rise for an hour. While the bread is rising, I'm going to make our caramel mix. That is going to go in the bottom of the pan, which is 1.5 cups brown sugar packed, 3/4 cup light corn syrup, 3/4 cup butter, room temperature. Once I have that all in the bowl, I'm going to mix that up until it's nice and smooth. Once it's all nice and smooth, I'm now going to put it into my 9x13 pan and just spread it out as nice as a even layer as you can in the bottom of the pan. Once you have your caramel glaze all evenly spread out on the bottom of the pan, we're just going to sprinkle on top of the pecans just as even as possible. In my opinion, the more the merrier. In this mixing bowl, we are going to do the filling for the buns, which is 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, a half cup brown sugar packed. Once you have that all in the bowl, just use your spoon and stir it up. Now that the dough has risen and doubled in size, we're going to place that on our floured work surface, and we're just going to divide that into 3 even slices. And then you're going to go ahead and spread out your dough into a rectangle. And then here I'm doing a melted butter and just brushing the dough and then adding the filling on top of that. Once you have that all done, you're going to start rolling it tight into, I guess you'd call it like in a cinnamon roll type of way. Make sure that you pinch the ends and then just cut them into cinnamon roll sizes. Now you're just going to place the buns into the 9x13 pan. Once you have it all filled up, you're going to cover it again and let it double in size for about a half hour, 40 minutes. Once the buns have rested and everything, we're going to put them in the oven at 350 degrees. We're going to cook them for about 20-25 minutes until they're nice golden brown. Okay, so we just took them out of the oven. You guys can see it's still bubbling, gooey, good, nice golden brown. What we need to do is let them set for about 5-10 minutes. It needs to cool down just a little bit, and then I will show you the last and final step. So it's been like the 5 minutes or so. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our pan and we're gonna flip it over onto our parchment paper, so then that way the ooey gooey goodness doesn't get on your countertops, and it's gonna taste amazing. So let's do it. Okay, so yes, I just made a little bit of a mess, but are you really cooking and baking from the heart if you're not making a little bit of a mess? It's okay, right? But anyways, this is, let them cool, and these just look so good. They smell amazing. So I'm gonna let them sit here and cool for a little bit longer, but oh,